is my final big plan. I wouldn't know what hit her. You mean Ada is going to see a guy at a hotel? Not true. I trust Ada. Ada, what is this? You mean that's not what it looked like? Please let me explain. Dreams and destinies. Will Limi and Ada continue to be sad thinking about each other, or will they have their happy ever after?
To set the plan in motion, UG casually approached Ada during their lunch and started up a conversation. As they talked, Monsieur slipped behind Ada and discreetly took her phone from her bag. Monsieur quickly handed the phone to Hannah, who was waiting at the side, who hurriedly planted fake messages. Once the task was done, Monsieur returned the phone to Ada's bag without her noticing, while UG was talking to Ada about Hannah. She said, Ada, Hannah wants to make peace with you. Since you're not dating Limi, she don't want any issues with you. She wants to meet you at her family hotel, which was not even Hannah's family hotel. She wants to meet you after school to settle things. And please don't tell Limi. We just want to settle it as girls. Ada, tired of the ongoing issue with Hannah, decided to give it a try. Okay, I will meet her. She agreed, hoping for them to resolve their issues. During school, Hannah approached Limi with a concerned expression. Limi, I overheard Ada talking to a guy in the bathroom. She was planning to meet him at a hotel after school, and Limi frowned, not believing her. That doesn't sound like Ada, he said. Hannah shrugged, forging innocent. If you don't believe me, check her phone. You will see the messages. Limi was troubled by her words but chose to trust Ada and decided not to check her phone. After school, Limi invited Ada on a date, but she hesitated. I need to do something important. And please don't ask me what. I can't specify. I'm sorry, Limi. Suspicious but saying nothing, Limi watched as Ada entered a taxi. Unknown to her, he decided to follow her. Ada arrived at the hotel expecting to see Hannah. She went into the room only to find her classmate, Yu Jae-hoon, there. He quickly hugged her just as Limin opened the door. Limin stood frozen in shock and anger. Ada, what is this? He said. Ada tried to pull away from Jae-hoon and explained, Limin, this isn't what it looked like. I was supposed to meet Hannah, but Limin, hot and furious, shook his head. I can't believe you, Ada. Without another word, he turned and left the place. Moments later, Hannah and her friends entered, laughing at Ada. Hannah laughed. Looked like our plans worked perfectly. Ada realized what had happened and felt a wave of self-blame. I can't believe I fell for your lies, Hannah, she said, crying. She left the place feeling broken and very, very sad. Ada went home in tears, her heart aching from the misunderstanding. After the incident at the hotel, Ada and Limi were both very sad. Ada spent her days in a state of sadness, feeling the weight of Limin's anger and disbelief. She missed him very, very much and wished she could explain the truth to him. Limin, on the other hand, was consumed by confusion and heartbreak. He missed Ada but couldn't stop thinking about what he saw. Despite his anger, his heart ached for her presence. Determined, Ada decided to meet Limin. She waited for him after school, her heart pounding. Limin, please, I need to talk to you, Ada said, her voice very small. Limin looked at her, his expression conflicted. Ada, not now, he said. Just give me a chance to explain, Ada pleaded, holding back tears. Please, Limin. Ada, not now, Limin said. I can't shake the image of you and Jae-hoon, Limin said, walking out. Ada, determined to clear her name, decided to gather evidence against Hannah. She remembered that Hannah and her friends often discussed their plans in the gazebo. Ada discreetly planted a video recorder in the place, hoping to capture their conversation. Later that day, Ada retrieved the recorder and listened to the conversation. She was relieved to hear Hannah and her friends celebrating about setting her up. With this evidence in hand, Ada knew she had a chance to prove her innocence to Limin. Meanwhile, Limi had just left his conversation with Jenho, who had confessed everything about the setup. Guilt and regret filled Limi's heart as he realized how wrong he had been to doubt Ada. He knew he had to find her and make things right. As Ada reached the garden, she saw Limi running towards her from the opposite direction. Their eyes locked, and without thinking, they rushed into each other's arms, feeling an overwhelming sense of relief and longing. Ada, I am so sorry, Limin said, breathless, holding her tightly. I should have trusted you. Ada pulled back slightly, tears in her eyes, and held up the recorder. I have proof, Limi. Hannah and her friends set me up. Listen to this. Limi took the recorder and listened to the conversation, his expression darkening with anger and regret. When the recording ended, he looked at Ada, his eyes filled with remorse. I believe you, Ada. I talked to Jenho and he confessed everything. I should never have doubted you. Ada's tears flowed freely as she hugged him again. Thank you for believing me, Limi. I missed you so much. I missed you too, Ada, Limi whispered, holding her close. Let's go confront Hannah together and end this once and for all. With renewed determination, Ada and Limi marched towards the school auditorium, where students and teachers had gathered for an assembly. They knew it was a perfect opportunity to expose the truth. They took the stage and Limi addressed the crowd. We had something important to share. Ada had been someone who was set up, and we have evidence to prove it. Ada played the recording for everyone to hear. The auditorium fell silent as Hannah and her friends' voices filled the room, detailing their plan to frame Ada. Outrage spread through the crowd as the extent of their deceit became clear. Principal Kim stepped forward, his expression very stern. Hannah, Eugene, Monsieur, your actions are unacceptable. You have caused so much harm and distress to your fellow students. You will face severe consequences for your behavior. Hannah's face turned red with shame as she realized the gravity of her action. She knew there was no escaping the consequences now. Hannah, Eugene, and Monsieur were suspended from the school, and their reputations were in tatters. Hannah's parents, embarrassed by their daughter's action, decided to transfer her to another school. As she packed her belongings, she couldn't help but feel a deep sense of regret. She had lost everything in her quest to get Limi. After the emotional confrontation and the exposure of Hannah's plan, Limi invited Ada to his house for a quiet evening together. They wanted to spend some time away from the chaos and just enjoy each other's company. Limi's house was warm and inviting. They settled on the couch in the living room, a soft blanket draped over their laps. The room was softly lit by the glow of the fireplace, creating a cozy and intimate atmosphere. Limi turned to Ada, his eyes filled with a mixture of gratitude and affection. Ada, I need to tell you something, he began, his voice soft but earnest. Ada looked at him. What is it, Limi? Limi took a deep breath, gathering his thoughts. Before I met you, my life felt empty. I had everything I could ever want, but something was missing. I didn't realize what it was until you came into my life. Ada's eyes widened, her heart pounding in her chest. Limi? You filled my heart with meaning, Ada. Limi continued, his voice filled with emotion. You brought light into my world and made me see things differently. Your kindness, your strength, your love, they have changed me in ways I can't even begin to describe. Ada felt tears welling up in her eyes as she listened to his heartfelt words. Limi gently cupped her face in his hand, his eyes looking into hers. I love you, Ada. I've loved you from the moment I saw you, and I'll continue to love you for the rest of my life. This is when we'll say, ah. Ada's tears spilled over as she smiled, her heart overflowing with joy. I love you too, Limi. You've given me so much happiness and strength. I can't imagine my life without you. With their hearts laid bare, Limi leaned in,
his lips brushing softly against Ada. The kiss was tender, filled with all the love and emotion they had for each other. It was a moment of pure connection. Pure connection, a promise of a future filled with love and happiness. As they pulled away, their forehead resting against each other, both of them smiling through their tears. "Thank you for being in my life, Ada," Limi whispered. "Thank you for loving me, Limi," Ada replied, her voice filled with warmth. They spent the rest of the evening wrapped in each other's arms, knowing that no matter what challenges lay ahead, they will face them together, their love stronger than ever. The end. So how was the story? Was it interesting? Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more interesting Korea, Indian, and the other countries stories. More are yet to come. And like and comment and tell me if I did a good work. Thank you. Kasamida.